I'm an addict for sneakers.
What's good? Back up in the building. It's your boy DJ Delz back with a brand new podcast for the weekend here at youtube.com/the sneaker addict. Friday, thank God. It's been a long week for me. Hope everyone's had a decent week. Weekend is here. Before I start, if you did not listen to last week's podcast, please just press pause right now. Listen to last week's. It's not going to get old because it's basically me just going through a lot of people's questions. Every week before I do my podcast, I will post on my Instagram over at Team DJ Delz. What do you want me to speak about? And then I go through the comments and try to answer as many questions as possible. So it's always going to be kind of new material for a lot of people. If you missed out on last week's, check it out. If you missed out on the week before, check that out too, because I'm sure there'll be a lot of content there that you definitely will still want to listen to. And if you're up to date, let's rock. Let's get right into it. First question we've got from, let's see. We've got from the B-Man 58. Translucent soles look clean. Don't get me wrong. But do you think Nike is using them too much? I hate getting a clean pair and the bottom turns yellow after a couple of wears. Brantley. I'm pretty sure I'm saying your name right. If not, my apologies. I hear you, man. You know, it's a gift and a curse. That icy sole looks so clean on that concrete. But then it starts getting yellow and, you know, it sucks. That's just the price you pay for having that look, you know. It's like having a pair of white-on-white sneakers. They look so amazing when you first put them on feet. Man, like, just white sneakers just look so dope. But they get dirty. Kind of sucks. The icy sole gives off that same kind of feel to me. Not exactly like a white-on-white pair of kicks, but kind of got that same kind of lane. I would say it's almost like you're going into the white-on-white lane, but you didn't hit that lane yet. You're changing lanes, you know? The icy sole can be, you know, manageable, though, where it'll last you a good year or so. I've got so many shoes that I've been careful with that have lasted more than, you know, a couple of wears. You got to wear them in dry weather, for one. If you wear them when it's wet out, that wet sole tends to, you know, just that wetness marinates almost in that damn sole. I don't know exactly what it is. I'm far from a scientist. But, you know, what basically happens is it helps that yellow process go down. And that's a no-no. So wear your shoes that have icy soles when it's dry out. When it's a nice, hot, sunny day, that's when you should wear them. If it's rainy, nasty out, or if it even rained the day before and it's a little damp out, don't wear them. Even if, like, the humidity is really high, don't wear it out. You know, wear it on a nice dry day. Dry. Also, those Silla packs, throw one of those in the box, man. You want to keep those soles dry. A lot of moisture. Once it gets moisture, that's that, you know, that poison to that icy sole. Keep away from that. Even when you're trying to clean the sole, like when you wear it, the first time you wear them out, when you get home, you don't have to wet the sole. Use a brush. Maybe buy like some sort of brush and just brush off all that excess dirt. You know, don't get it wet. Just brush all that off, you know. The maybe little pebbles and all that shit on the bottom. Brush it off because, you know, you don't want to get them wet, man. That's one sole you don't want to get wet, the icy sole. And when I mean brush them off, I don't mean like try to scrape the shit off too. Like, be gentle with it, you know what I mean? I don't want you guys to hit me up and be like, man, Delz, I fucked up my shoe, you know, scrape the shit out of them. I'm talking about like a light, soft brush, you know, like brush it softly. Get that, you know, that dirt, little pebbles and all that shit that's on the bottom of the shoe, you know? That's what I'm talking about. Don't go ham and start freaking using a wire brush and scrubbing the shit out of it. Some people, you know, crazy out there. I know someone gonna say no one's doing that. Trust me, there may be someone that may, man. People be on some other shit, man. Oh my God. But you know, it's just basically, as I was saying, it's the price you pay for that fresh look. The anniversary 4s that released, the laser ones, those joints, You know, when they get yellow, they're going to suck. But right now, they just are going to look so crazy on feet. I still have not done an on-feet look. I'm definitely going to do one. I'm probably going to shoot one today now that I just was, you know, reminded that I should actually do an on-foot look. They look incredible on feet. So, you know, it is what it is, man. It sucks, but at the same time, that look is fresh to death. But getting to your question, they definitely are overdoing it. You know, these brands are not stupid. They know that the icy sole gets yellow. A lot of people don't like wearing them no more, so they buy a new pair of shoes. You know, they do that with all kinds of products. They put something in the mix where, you know, something's going to happen to the product where it's not going to be the same like when you first buy it, and then it gets messed up, you buy a new pair. Do with everything from phones to all types of stuff. So they look for ways to just get us to keep buying more and more, even if you're an average consumer that just buys a shoe here and there. Moving on, Michael Francisco wants to know, can I do a LeBron 12 versus Jordan 12? Yes, I can. I apologize for everyone that has been asking me lately. I did a series, Jordan versus LeBron. I did it like 2 years ago, and I still have not done this LeBron 12 versus Jordan 12. I'm missing that out of the series. I'm actually missing the Jordan 6 versus LeBron 6. It just pains me to even make a video putting that against my favorite shoe of all times, but I will eventually do that. But the LeBron 12 versus the Jordan 12 has to get done. I will do that eventually. Thank you for reminding me. Moving on, LJ Sampson. Oh, it's Samson. There's no P. I want to talk to Samson. His question is, what is some info that I could let you guys know about when ordering shoes outside of the U.S.? I definitely recommend you watching my review on the infrared 23/6s because I do an unboxing and I kind of vent out because the situation happened to me where I ordered a pair of shoes overseas. I forgot what the retailer is. I say it in the video. And when the shoes came to my house, I forgot if it was UPS or whatever the case may be, FedEx. But one of those dudes is like, you owe us money. And I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, you owe us money for fees, for customs, and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, I've never heard of nothing like this in my life. And he was like, well, I can't give you this package unless you cut this check. So I literally had to, like, it was a crazy story. You should actually just watch it because you get me in the heat of the moment. I'm a little annoyed too. It's probably entertaining to watch and listen to. So definitely check out that Air Jordan Infrared 6, the Infrared 23/6 review. It's a good review too, by the way. So that's one thing you have to look out for. And not everywhere over outside of the United States does this, because I've ordered from other places outside of the US and have had no problem, shipped quick. Whenever I order overseas, I usually mention the retailers because of that fact being that I am in the United States. Shout out to everyone that is listening right now that lives outside the United States. I love you all. Don't think that I'm not putting you guys to the side. I'm just, you know, I can only speak about what I experienced. If I lived in the UK and I ordered, you know, from the United States, it would be vice versa. I can only speak about, you know, what I know of. But shout out to everyone worldwide because my following is literally worldwide, which I can't believe. You know, technology is freaking awesome, man. I could just record this, throw it on the internet, and, you know, I got people in Japan, people in the UK, people in Australia, people in Russia, people all over the world listening to this podcast of me talking about sneakers and just things that I'm into, music, sports. It's dope. I love this. It's really great. But getting back to the topic, just be careful. If you order from, you know, somewhere outside the United States, make sure you have your checkbook or some cash around you because, you know, you may not be ready when that delivery comes and you may have a crazy situation. Like when it happened to me, I was in the middle of feeding my kids and I have my dogs going crazy. Whenever someone rings that doorbell, the dogs are ready to just go nuts. They want to attack whoever's in the front door, and it's just insane, you know. At least if I knew that I may have had to pay a fee, I would have been able to prep myself, put the dogs in a room before the package comes so they're not going crazy, so I can, you know, handle this whole situation because, you know, you got to write out the check to whoever it is and this, that, and the third. So Just keep that in mind. Also keep in mind, not every retailer is like this. Some, you're going to have this situation, some, you're not going to. It's been like that with me. If you have feedback, info on this situation, please leave that in the description box below with ordering from the United States, outside, and also if you're from outside the United States, ordering from the United States, if you have any feedback on that too, because as I said, I have people all over the world that are, you know, listening to this podcast right now, that are reading the comments. Feel free, you know, say, you know, I'm from here, I'm from there. I have a lot of people from Canada. I always notice they always complain about the prices and stuff. I always see that, you know, they're always like annoyed about that, how the prices are expensive there with certain brands and whatnot. Always leave your comments, man. And one other thing you got to keep in mind when ordering overseas, if you're in the United States, just like vice versa with heads in the UK, if you're in a rush and you're ordering, pay attention to the sizing, because there's US size and there's UK size, and they're different sizes. UK size is a size up from United States sizes. So if you order a UK 9, it's a United States 10. That's happened to me before. I ordered a size 9 really quickly, didn't pay attention. When I ordered from the site, it was a UK size 9. The shoe came, it was a size 10. That sucked, but it's my fault for not paying attention. Always pay attention to the sizing. Very important tip right there. That's key right there. So you don't want to order a shoe from another country and then it's the wrong shoe, and then you're stuck with it, or you have to return it, and that's a whole pain in the ass. If you have to ship to another country, it's like, damn, man. So keep that in mind. Pay attention. I know sometimes you'll see a restock and you're not realizing it's overseas right away, or you do, and you don't pay attention to that. You're just like bam, 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 filling out all the information, adding the card and all that shit, and then before you know it, you messed up. You got the wrong size at your house. So always pay attention to that. And moving on, let's get into another question. Oh, before I start, make sure to hit that like button right now if you're enjoying these podcasts. If you enjoy the show, just let me know, let your friends know. I gotta remind you guys that it helps the show out a lot. Share this, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. This show has so much room to grow. There's so many people that have no clue about this that would like to probably check out this channel over here at youtube.com/The Sneaker Addict. They just don't know about it. So let your friends know about what you like, and it helps me out too. And I will definitely thank you right now, each and every one of you that just did so. And with that said, let's get into this question. A shout out to Currency, by the way, who just hit me up, man. Shout out to Currency. We got something coming out in a little bit. You're going to see something coming out with my boy Currency. Where am I? I just got thrown off by that. Okay. Blackout 35. Should they bring back the Reebok shoes? I don't think so. You can still get them if you look around, like on the internet, probably for under retail. Maybe bring back maybe once, now that, you know, he's back where he is. Maybe bring it back just one time, maybe one colorway. Why not? And he wants me to speak about my thoughts on a Vick 1 Retro. Before I start, I definitely got to say something, and it's got to be said before I start talking about Michael Vick and his shoe coming back. I am 100% against what happened with Michael Vick as far as what he did with all those animals, the dog fighting. I thought it was terrible. I love animals, man. If you follow me, I make it very clear that I love animals, especially dogs. And that really pissed me off what happened. But I am a Christian, and I do give people second chances. And I feel like Michael Vick sincerely realized what he did was wrong. So I just want to put that out there. You know, I definitely do not condone what he did back then. It was terrible, man. So I just want to put that out there. And I think he has changed for the better. I think he realizes how wrong it is. And, you know, he's moved on from that. And he did the time. And he was punished for what he did too. It wasn't like he wasn't punished for it. And with that being said, that shoe definitely needs to be retro. The Vick 1. Definitely. And we got another question here from Michael Francisco. Second question. I don't mind. Hey, go crazy. As long as they're good questions, I don't mind. He wants me to speak about Easter basketball. The Kyrie and J.R. Smith half-court shots were incredible. Yes, they were. Shout out to J.R. Smith. Really happy to see him doing well. Miss you over here in New York, but I'm very happy for you, brother. If you've never seen this special, they played it in New York on MSG Network. If you get on the internet, I'm sure you can find it out. Just do a search on like Google or even maybe YouTube, MSG, J.R. Smith. I think the special was called Beginnings. It talks about him growing up, and it's really a great special. Check it out. You will really dig it if you have not seen it. I'm sure people in New York have seen it that are into basketball because it was playing on MSG. You know, and they go through a lot of the New York Knicks players, and his special was really good, man. Definitely want to check that out. I recommend it. It's a good watch, and it's not a long watch. It's like a half an hour long. Goes by quick, but it's really good. You get to really know who J.R. Smith is too, the person, not just, you know, what the media puts out there as far as like the negative bullshit with him and whatnot. You actually get to see J.R. Smith, the person, you know. Definitely check that out. Moving on. Blackout 35. Another question, which I don't mind. If you got good questions, shoot. He wants to know my thoughts on the Reebok Big Hurt Retro Wing not releasing in the US. I heard that it was selling at certain retailers, but I don't know if that's 100% true after reading your comment, but I heard that it actually is out there at some retailers. It's very selective. There's a lot going on with that situation, but if you really want them, you can find them, I think, by even just looking around like eBay too and stuff like that. But, you know, I really don't know much about the situation, so I'd rather not, like, pretend like I do and just BS you, you know. But I think you still can find them at certain locations. You just got to look on the internet. You may be able to find them. Next, we got from it's_just_7_different. Podcast question, he writes. I see you've recently purchased the LeBron Palmers with help from someone. Is there any way you can help out other sneaker consumers in getting the sneakers of their choice for retail price due to lucking out in a raffle site, crashing or missing the release date instead of paying those horrible resale prices? I have a blog, thesneakeraddict.com, which I work extremely hard on to post information to help you guys out with releases. Plus I have a Twitter, and I post as soon as I find out when shoes hit the net. I usually post on my Twitter. It's pretty disappointing that you were writing this. That disappoints me that you wrote this right here. I know you didn't mean it in a negative way, but it disappoints me because it means that someone is not paying attention to the extra work I put in for my followers. For instance, yesterday I was able to help a ton of people with getting those LeBrons that you're talking about because they released, and I posted it on my Twitter and on my blog. My Twitter is The Sneak Addict. So if you're listening right now, follow that Twitter, because as soon as they released on Eastbay, they were available for a good 10 minutes before they sold out. I gave you guys a heads up on my Twitter. So pay attention to when I say follow my social networks. I know a lot of people, when I say that, they just like, whatever, Delz just promoting himself, la la la, blah blah blah. Delz just shut up, stop promoting other stuff, talk about sneakers. When it comes to the Sneak Addict Twitter, that Twitter account is constantly pumping out information. If I hear about restocks, if I hear about anything that could help you guys out. There was a huge restock today in the morning. As soon as I found out, I posted on Twitter before I even attempted to try to get something from the restock. I do as much as I can, as much as this one man can do for the people online that follow what I do and support what I do and enjoy what I do. It's only one man. And if you're overlooking what I'm doing, then hey, what can I say? You're overlooking it and you're disappointed with what I do for people out there, then, you know, I'm only one man, as I can say, you know, and I'm only human. But I feel like I really try to go out of my way for my supporters, and I think that I would say 95% of my supporters that really follow me, they follow my social networks, they follow everything I do, they know that I, you know, try and do what I can for them. And I'm someone that's not someone that's on the computer all day. I have a life outside of the internet world. I have a family. I'm a father of 2 young girls. You know, I recently lost my mother too. You know, like recently, literally months ago, I lost my mother. Worst experience ever in my life. I'm still like, literally as I'm talking right now, I feel like I have someone stabbing me in my fucking heart right now. I've got a lot going on, you know, and as I keep saying, I'm just one man, but I try to do as much as I can to help people out. And that sneaker that you mentioned, that pair of LeBrons, that was from someone that I personally know in my life. They're in my life. I help them. They help me. You know, to me, in the real world, not on the internet, but in the real world, your physical world, you have your community of people too, that you help them out, they help you out. And anyone that ever crosses my path on a regular basis knows that I always am a giving person, and I try to do the best I can to look out for people, and I never expect anyone to do anything for me. And that's it. It's as simple as that. But just that comment just bothers me, man, because I get that from time to time. Not all the time. I would say out of 1,000 comments, maybe 2,000, I'll get it once. And I just think that it's really a shame when I get overlooked. Like, I don't do nothing for the sneaker community, and I'm not doing what I do for praise or, you know, the we are not worthies and all that stuff. Like, I'm not doing it for that. I do it because I enjoy sneakers and I make it public, and, you know, there's a following of people that enjoy checking it out, and I continue to do it, man, because it brings smiles to people's faces. I know it sounds corny, and I always say it sounds corny after I say that, but, you know, it's just the damn truth, man. People really enjoy this. I go out, I got people all over the place that always run into me. They recognize me. They love the show. And, you know, it really motivates me to keep this going. And that extra work I do to let people know restocks are happening and this, that, and the third is a lot. I gave a sneakers code away for the sneakers app today. Like, I try to do my best, man. But mentioning a pair of shoes that I got from a friend and then downplaying like I'm not doing nothing for the sneaker community, and then playing it like, oh, it'd be nice if you could do something like that for other people, that's really bullshit, man. And you're not alone. There's a few other of you people out there that think that way. Like, I don't do stuff, and that's fine, you know. What can I say, you know? And the same people that send those kind of messages once in a blue moon, just like, you'll have those same kind of people, they'll send the other message. Delz, you never do giveaways. Do a giveaway. Everyone else does giveaways. You know what? Everyone else that does giveaways, they're getting free sneakers from the obvious places that most YouTubers are getting their stuff from. That's coming from I Have a Funny Film, from a YouTuber who works for a brand that is just putting, you know, the YouTubers that they like on to, you know, this program. And that one YouTuber either pretends they like me and doesn't put me on, or just doesn't like me, and I know exactly who that YouTuber is. And I really hope that the person that on the low is probably working for this company that's involved with this whole situation, I hope it's a person that clearly doesn't like me, like, and I know they don't like me, and that's someone that pretends they like me and doesn't. Because, like, the whole thing that's mind-boggling to me is that if I was doing something, whether it was music or YouTube, and everyone was getting acknowledged except for basically one person that was doing it before a lot of others, or even two people that are still doing it now on a consistent basis, I would say something, like, you know, I would say something to that company. I'm sorry, I would. I know, you know, a lot of people wouldn't, but I would. And that's even if I disliked the person, if I wasn't a fan of them. But if I knew their body of work and know that they've been doing it for, you know, for forever, basically, I would say, you know, I think you're overlooking this guy, and I think that you should check him out. That's me, though. But it's a different generation, too, now. People don't respect, you know, the past. They just are all about running over the past, you know, literally just on some Suge Knight shit, just run me the fuck over, you know, that's how it is. But, you know, it's all good. It proves a lot, man. I don't take it personal, though. It's just the way the world is now. The world keeps changing, man. And you just got to adapt, or you're going to get ran over, you know. Whatever the case may be, that's fine, you know. When you come here, you're going to get me. You're always going to get me. You can love me or hate me, but you're going to get something you're not going to get anywhere else. And I don't care at the end of the day about the free stuff. But I do care about respect. And I just feel like sometimes I'm not respected or I'm overlooked. And that's making a long story longer right there. Next question is from R. Key. Wants to know, what Nike Elite basketball shoe am I looking forward to? At this point, none. There's nothing that's really made me like say, damn, I want these. Not yet. Maybe that'll change as more colorways come, but right now, none. Flight_club_45. Kobe 10 Yukon on Nike ID. Yeah, I seen that. I think that's pretty cool. I think they should do that more often. I think they should definitely do that more often with the Nike IDs. I think that's dope. Kevin M writes, hey Delz, this isn't a question, but I just want to say I love your podcast. Thank you, Kevin. From your boy DJ Delz, aka the Sneaker Addict. You are one of the reasons why I'm on this mic right now. Next, we got Davey McFly. Who do you think has the best signature shoe from Nike? Jordan excluded. That was one of those, That was a good question right there, man. Oh, man. I really would like to think about it for a little bit, but we don't have all day here, right? I'm sure you guys don't want me to put the Jeopardy music on and just let that play for a half an hour. I would probably say definitely not KD. Maybe Kobe or LeBron, I would say. I know I may be overlooking something right now. You gotta remember, this is the first time me reading this question right here. I'm just like, bang. I'm sure if I sat down and thought about, oh, you know what? Maybe the Foamposite. Foamposite once. Yeah, Foamposite 1. That's it. Bang. That's the best. I may change my mind though. But I'm pretty sure, yeah, Penny. King Wealthy _D. The Wheats, he writes. I'm assuming he's talking about the Wheat LeBrons. I did a review on them, very detailed. Praised these damn sneakers like no tomorrow. I love them. So happy with them. All the little details on them. It's a great pair of kicks. If you're a LeBron fan, I can't see how you could pass on them. Unless you can't, you don't have the money, it's not fitting in your budget. I totally respect that and understand that. They're not cheap, they're real expensive. But if you have the money in your pocket, I can't see how any LeBron fan would pass on these. Check out the review because I really break down a lot of details that you may not know about the shoe. A lot of people just look at it and they're like, oh, it's a Wheat LeBron, kind of boring, kind of plain. There's a lot of cool details if you're a fan of LeBron, and there's actually some history behind the shoe that you may learn about that you may not have known about if you're not the biggest LeBron fan. Just, it's fascinating, I try to give you guys information on the shoes, as much as I can. Sometimes people complain, your reviews are too long. Well, I don't want to just tell you the shoe has a logo here and the colors here. If I know more about the shoe, I'm going to speak about it, I love sneakers. I like to actually talk about the shoe and not just tell you this is green, this is red. Sometimes I do if it's a quick overlook and I'm not the biggest fan of the shoe, but if I'm a big fan of the shoe and I'm really passionate about how it looks and the design and I'm really like, yo, this shit is fire, you're going to get a really detailed review of the shoe. Moving on. Freddie Weimer. I think I'm saying it right. I hope I am. Do you like the way Nike basketball is going with the more performance looking models? I don't think they're really changing their their shoes as far as the way they're looking more performance wise. When I listen to your question, I think more of like Steph Curry's Under Armour 1. Like that shoe looks like just strictly performance for on the court. When I look at the Kyrie Irving, I look at it as something for on the court and something you could wear off the court. I definitely think that a lot of Nike shoes you could wear off the court. I would say 95% of their shoes I think you could wear off the court versus a brand like Under Armour. There's a few shoes I've seen from Under Armour that, with the right designs, I would wear them off the court, but I don't agree with that. But, respect to you and your opinion, but I think that Nike's doing a great job, the best as far as putting out new models that are for on the court and off the court. They actually, you know what? Adidas, man, is killing it too. I take that back. Not the best, because the Lillard ones look amazing on feet. The John Wall one looks amazing on feet. Amazing on feet. I wear them all the time. I want more colorways. I just, I'm on a budget. I wish I could buy all of the colorways of the John Walls. And I'm not even lying. Like, John Wall's shoe is dope. It was on my list last year. It'll probably be on my list this year for top sneakers of 2015. I love the John Wall one. If you don't own a pair, I recommend getting them. Damian Lillard shoes, so many great colorways. Such a hot, low-cut sneaker. I don't understand how people love, like, low-cut sneakers like the Kobe and the KDs, and they don't have a pair of Lillards in their closet. The Lillards are dope, man. Adidas is doing their thing, too. So I take that back, that Nike statement I said, because Adidas is killing it as far as new models that are for on the court and off the court. I really wish the Curry one was something you could wear off the court with ease. Versus, like, for example, the LeBrons or the Kyries. Like, that game last night. Did you guys watch that damn game last night, man? Unbelievable, man. Like, I want to wear his shoes after watching that game. I want to go buy him. Like, here, take my money. Take my money, Under Armour. Take my money, Steph. You know? Moving on. Next question. And I apologize if I miss any questions. I lose my place from time to time. Fits and Chips. Hey, Delz. Podcast question. What do you think of all those different women Air Maxes that are going to release on the 11th? In my opinion, I'd like a couple in men's, like the Tokyos. I love the podcast and keep up the awesome reviews. Thank you, man. I love them too, man. Those Air Maxes, bro. Woo! Fire. Tokyos. They're all hot. They're all hot. You can possibly wear them, though. I think if you can fit into a woman's size, go for it. I mean, they look sick on feet. If you're able to fit into a woman's size, definitely go for it, man. I think they're definitely shoes you can wear for guys and girls. I don't know why they made it like that. And I really appreciate that you like listening to the podcast and tuning in. And thank you to everyone right now that's listening. I love doing this, man. I love entertaining you guys, man. I have fun knowing that there's someone right now listening right now and is, you know, entertained by this. You know, they're digging this. Like, that's so dope to me. Like, I love this, you know. As long as you guys are listening, I'm going to be here doing it, man. Unless I die, of course. Knock on wood. Everyone say a prayer. Please, God, don't let Delz die. Oh, my God. Let's move on. Ballhard_D. How far do you think the Kyrie signature line will go? The way it's looking, it's going to go very far. I mean, he's playing awesome. The shoe is great. He's got great people working on the shoe, designing it. I think, you know, it's going to keep going, man. Moving on. No Bum Kicks. Are you a big Kendrick Lamar fan? And if you are, what do you think about his new album? Well, I tweeted about his new album on my personal tweet, and it lit a match under a lot of people's asses. Shout out to Elliott Wilson. If you're into hip-hop, you probably know who Elliott Wilson is. And shout out to my guy Elliott Wilson for retweeting a tweet where I basically said that his newest album is basically pretty overrated and his earlier work is way better. And I'm talking about even before his last album, his mixtapes were hot, man. I think that he could have gave us a little bit more something. I feel like it's just very overrated. It's like, I feel like people are looking for that next artist to praise. And I just think it's a good album. Do not hear something that I'm going to want to listen to for the rest of my life. And that's what a classic is to me. A classic album is an album that you will want to listen for the rest of your life. You will want to listen to it right now, and you will want to listen to it 30 years from now. When I put on Wu-Tang, 36 Chambers, when I put on Snoop Dogg's Doggy Style album, when I put on The Chronic, when I put on even Jeezy's first album, Nas's first album, like, those are classics to me. Jay-Z's first album, did I say Jay-Z? If not, Jay-Z's first album, Biggie's first album, Timeless, the Fugees, The Score, that was their second album. Those are classics. Classics. And there's so many other classics out there. I don't think it's as great as people are making it. I think people are hyping it up. It's almost like that hyped up shoe that you just may not understand why it's so hyped. You know, you're looking at it and you're just like, why is this so hyped? Kind of like the Yeezy Boost. When I look at the Yeezy Boost, I don't understand why people are so fond after this shoe. I don't think it's so great. I don't think it's ugly. I'm not looking at it like, holy shit, this is the ugliest thing ever. It's whack. But I don't think of it as something great. I mean, but at the same time, I think that Kendrick's new album is better than the Yeezy Boost. Like, I put that on a higher platform than the Yeezy Boost. I don't think the Yeezy Boost is whack though, but I just think that people are just hyping him up. They always want to hype him up. Hype. Ever since, you know, his last album and then the verse on Big Sean's joint, like, it's like people just keep pushing him as far as they want to praise him. And I just think that they overpraise him. Some are going to agree with me, some are going to disagree with me. You know, we got different taste in music, that's fine. Don't take it personal, Kendrick Lamar fans. I'm a fan of him too, you know. I've been listening to Kendrick for a long time, man, before he even had a damn album out. So, you know, I know his music too. And I know music, and people that know me know I know music. That really know me, know about me and music. I know music. You know, people have no clue about my music background. They only know about the sneaker stuff, and that's totally fine. That's okay. But I know music. You could ask, you know, some of the artists that are out today. You see them, ask French Montana about DJ Delz. Ask Nicki Minaj. You ever see them in person about DJ Delz? They'll tell you, I know music, man. I know about current music. I know about past, and I'm pretty up to date with what's going on right now. I just think it's very overrated, the album. It's not whack, though. I want to make that clear. Moving on. Truth Told 03. Yeezy potential restock. Nike Air Mags, and what is your personal opinion on the most sought after release coming the rest of the year? So as far as that question, the Air Mag is obviously the most sought after shoe. I mean, hands down, the Air Mag, in my opinion. Matter of fact, by the way, I did a fun review over at my other channel, the Delz Show. I reviewed the hoverboard from Back to the Future. It doesn't really hover, but it's something that Universal Pictures put out. The actual hoverboard they put out, and the hat. It's the official hat, the official hoverboard that Universal Pictures put out. Definitely check out that review if you're interested in seeing it. I also have the shoes that they released too. It's not the Nike Air Mags, but you know, it's something that they put out, the actual company that put out the actual movie. So if you're into Back to the Future, definitely watch that review. Just go to the Delz Show and check that out on YouTube. I'll put that in the description box eventually, though, that link. Definitely sought after shoes, the Air Mag. It's 2015. People from the 80s have been waiting for this day to come. You know, there's so many different kind of people that want this. There's people that are 11 years old that think this is cool as hell. They can't wait for it to come out, you know. Damn, if they come out with toddler Air Mags, I'm gonna cop my kids a pair, like, for real, if I can, you know. And they're not, like, thousands and thousands of dollars, but I think it's dope. I think it's really dope with the Air Mags. Yeezy restock, I don't know. I'm not even following that wave with the Yeezy. Unless you're talking about the Yeezy 2 or Nike Yeezy 2. I doubt they would ever release that yet. Maybe down the line, 5-10 years from now. Hopefully we'll see that. Moving on, next question we've got from G-Man. What's your thoughts on the shattered Backboard ones? And do you know if there's a release date? I think there is a release date. I don't know off top. Go to the blog, thesneakeraddict.com, and I'll have as much info there. And I will consistently be updating info on that release. I love it. Love the concept. Love the shoe. Can't wait to get it. Hopefully I do. And that's all I'm going to say. For you. Shout out to you. That was a good question because I wanted to speak about that, and that was totally not on my radar, but I did want to speak about that. I'm digging them. Fire. Moving on. Harry White, the future. He says, every brand has a point in the year where it comes a little light with the releases. I feel like this month will be Jordan and Nike brands' weakest month this year as far as releases. Do you feel the same? And what month do you feel is the weakest month for brands? Also, keep up the good work. Harry White. Alright. Well, thank you, Harry. I appreciate that, first of all. And I think around this time is definitely when it's the most slowest. And that's for everything, not just sneakers. I'm pretty sure everything. But it picks up, and it gives us a chance to, you know, stack our money up a little bit. Get us regrouped for, you know, when they start hitting us with release after release after release. Bang, 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 you know. So, you know, it is what it is, brother. Thanks for checking in, though. Appreciate you. Alright, so let's move on with another question from DJ Light Bright. I've been trying to slow down buying sneakers this year. So far, I have made some progress, but it's hard to give something up you love and you are addicted to. Do you feel like this is an addiction as well as a hobby for you? And do you think you will ever quit? Much love, Brian. Well, I know you guys are going to laugh right now because Some of you call me the Sneaker Addict DJ Delz. I have the Sneaker Addict show here at youtube.com/the Sneaker Addict. But I don't think I have an addiction. He's in denial! He's in denial! I seriously don't think I have an addiction. It's just something that I enjoy. I love buying kicks. I could stop at any time. If I had to, I could just wear one pair of sneakers. It would be fine. This is just something that I enjoy. I enjoy getting different kicks to match different outfits. Sometimes I like getting kicks for collectors' reasons, like originals. And there's all different reasons for why I like sneakers. It's a lot of fun. As long as you're not hurting yourself financially, why not? Like, that's all that matters. As long as you're being responsible about it and you're not, spending your last dollar on it, then I don't see nothing wrong with it. Go knock yourself out as long as you have the money for it. Don't get caught up and just start charging your card like crazy and being reckless. That's when, you could get yourself in some trouble financially, and it's just not a good look. But if you can afford it, go for it. Have fun. All right, next question. Superman That Ho. He writes, feel a turning tide. Fire. LeBron Soldier 9s, they look pretty dope from what I've seen images of. And the Adidas Easter pack, what's my thoughts? I think that the Adidas Easter pack is such a waste of something so hot. I've literally messaged and spoke to people over at Adidas, like, why did you not release that? I mean, that could have been like one of the hottest shoes of the year. Some of them colorways were crazy, and they just wasted that. I mean, just as PEs, people got to see them once during Easter. And that's it. What a waste. What a waste of something hot. I don't understand why they did that. So, that's my thoughts on that. Alright, and we're going to get into another question right now from Mr. Santana. He wants me to speak about Asics and Saucony as far as, their product, if it's worth it or if it's not for the price points. Well, my opinion, first of all, Saucony versus Asics will say, I think that I'll take a Saucony shoe over Asics any day of the week, like a Grid 900. Definitely. Love those shoes. And, this is coming from someone that actually buys those shoes, not someone that just got them recently sent to them through the brand and have been on this big launch, because they're on like this big promo run right now. They're sending them to all the YouTubers and Instagrammers, I guess you'll call them, the tastemakers on Instagram. And I'm not hating on those people. Once again, I want to be one of those people. I want to get free shoes too, I'm not hating on them. Salute to those people. This is coming from someone that actually is buying the shoe, that actually likes it, you know what I mean? I don't buy all the runners that are coming out because I'm very selective in them. I'm more of a basketball sneaker kind of guy, but I do like runners. I do like Air Maxes, just like I like a pair of Saucony and I like a pair of Asics. I've been buying Asics for a long time. I mean, if you search Asics Ronnie Fogg DJ Delz, I'm probably one of the first to ever review his shoes on YouTube. That's how far I go back. I mean, I'm talking about the beginning of his career, Ronnie Fogg's career, when he actually put out decent stuff before, it became a little much. I don't think his stuff is as great as it used to be. I think it's way overrated. I'd rather what Concepts does versus what Ronnie does. But, that's just my taste. And I don't even own anything from Concepts because every time I've tried, I've struck out on shoes I want. It is what it is. I don't take it personal. It just sucks that I don't have the luck sometimes with getting some of their projects because I really like their stuff. As far as Asics, their quality is hit or miss. It's not always great. Saucony, they got good stuff, man. Always happy to have their stuff. Whenever I buy a pair of shoes from them, I've never had a problem with them. I've had so many problems with Asics. A lot. Like, it's either a hit or a miss with them. And I've gotten standard shoes from them where I bought them from, Asics. I've got shoes from, Ronnie Fogg when he was over at David Z. And when he was over at Keith, I did get a couple of pairs in the beginning, I think. Now that I think about it, maybe one or two, to even Bait. I got shoes from over there. To I've gotten a lot of different Asics from all over the place, and their quality is always hit or miss. But Saucony puts out good stuff. They just need to chill out with the concepts. They're getting a little silly with the concepts. They seem to be reaching a little bit. They need to not reach all the time. I understand the concepts are fun, but unless it's the obvious, don't try to force the concept. Like they did some 16-bit video game thing I'm seeing on blogs, and that just is foolish, man. No one's looking at that shoe and saying, Oh, that reminds me of back in the days, you know, when I used to play Sega Genesis. Like, come on, man. Like, are you serious? Like, don't reach, man. It's different if you have the ice cream shoe or the hamburger one or something like that. It's obvious. It's in your face. It looks, you know, what it is. But don't reach, because that's just showing, like, you know, just being desperate. And the product should speak for itself. You know, you don't always have to sell it through a concept. You could just sell it as it being a good, hot sneaker. And, you know, as you could see, a lot of the YouTubers out here in the YouTube world are getting their shoes sent to them for free from these brands. And, you know, just by doing that and sending out free shoes to the Instagrammers and, you know, having the bloggers pushing the stuff, you're going to do fine without a concept. That's just my personal opinion. You don't always have to have the concept going on. And next we got Skylar's dad, 821, wants to know my top 10 glow-in-the-dark bottoms. That's a lot to think about right now. I have been filming slowly all of my glow-in-the-dark shoes while I review them, and then there's some that I never did. Like, I'm just doing videos of them and doing like a collection video of them glowing in the dark. I would say definitely hands down the best is probably the Yeezys. They glow really well. Even the Foamposite Yeezy, the black one with the solar red inside, glows like forget about it. The what else glows real nice? That Space Jam inspired Converse, that shoe really glows like crazy. There's so many glow-in-the-dark shoes that are really like a bright glow. The Reebok glow-in-the-dark Kamikaze 2 glows really bright too. But yeah, there'll be a video eventually I will put out. I have a bunch of cool videos that I've been working on. It's just something that's very time consuming, just shooting here and there. I have this Welcome to the Jungle episode that's coming out that's really crazy. And it's just me going through like all animal shoes. It's going to be a trip. That'll be coming out eventually. I've been working on that for over a year, just shooting here and there. But there'll be a glow-in-the-dark video coming out really soon too. We'll see when. You know, when I have downtime and whatnot, it's hard because there's always so much going on already. So there's not much downtime. Next question. E. Price the King. Your thoughts on foams being treated like Jays with tickets and raffles? More nonsense, ... Where do LeBron 12 lows rank with other past lows? Give me a rundown on recent kicks that you think is a must cop. Answering your questions as far as, let's see, we'll start with the Foamposites. Foamposites are going to be treated like Jays, just like any other popular shoe. You got to understand is if you have too many people going to the stores, they do the raffles because it's easy for the people that work in the stores. You got a lot of people that don't know how to act that go into the stores, and the raffle system is safe for the employees. You got a lot of employees getting harassed when they go into the store, and I know this because I hear it from employees all the time when they talk about, you don't know what you missed. There was some craziness at the store. I hear that all the time from people when they're checking me out, man. Like, just some people just don't know how to act. So by doing the raffle system, avoids a lot of different stuff, and it's gonna go down with the Foamposites too. It's just a safe way to do things. As far as the LeBron 12 low, I think people are just hyping it up a little too much. Yeah, that colorway that came out, the Arnold Palmer colorway, is insane, but that's what makes the shoe hot, is that colorway. The all red colorway, it's nice if you like an all red shoe, but it's nothing that's so amazing. That USA colorway with the gray, the hit of blue inside on the guts and the gum sole, that's a dope shoe, but it's not nothing, oh my god, this is amazing. Some people say that they like the 12 low more than they like the actual 12. That's not me. As much as I hate the swoosh on the 12, the regular model, I can't stand the swoosh even more on the low, being that it goes all the way to the toe. I can't stand it, man. When I look down at the shoe and the swoosh is all the way over there, I really can't stand it. I don't know why this year they're doing this. They're putting the swoosh in stupid places on the LeBron. So that's my opinions on all that. And moving on, let's see what we got. When do you think Nike will retro LeBrons? That's what Swaggy_C3 wants to know. I think it should be really soon. I would guess next year. They should have done it this year, being that LeBron went back home. It would have been perfect timing to bring back the first model. But it seems like there's no plan for that in 2015. Next question, we got Nick_Lay. What do you think about Young Thug naming his next album The Carter 6? I think that's corny. I think it's whack. I mean, I understand he's trying to, you know, mess with Lil Wayne. But, I mean, really? You're going to name it The Carter 6? Like, that's like, it's like, get out of his lane. Do your own thing, man, you know? Stop trying to jump on Lil Wayne's back and, like, driving that lane. Like, that's whack. I think that's real whack. Like, I understand he's trying to be funny and all, but at the end of the day, look at what you're going to look at in the future after the album drops and years from now. What kind of respect you going to give that? I don't give that any kind of respect. Don't incorporate what you do with what Lil Wayne's done. Lil Wayne's done a lot of shit. Like, he's made his way up. He's, you know, he's done a lot, man. He's put out a lot of music. Think about before he was even a solo artist, the Hot Boys. He's put out a lot of stuff, man. Show some respect to the OG. Like, you know, he's done a lot, man. He's got some classics under his belt. Like, show some respect. That's what I was talking about before with the sneaker thing. A lot of kids now in this generation don't show respect to the OGs that are still doing shit. Like, show respect. Like, Carter 6, and I seen the cover, dude, like, naked on the cover or some shit. Like, chill, man. I can't call it, man. I'm not really a big fan of him, to be honest with you. I know he's very popular, but me, I'm not really. I listen to Lil Wayne before I listen to him. Like, that's just me, though. Moving on. Junior Fresh Price. Yo, why are people afraid to wear shoes like Reebok, Asics, Converse, Fila, and other brands that don't have a swoosh or a Jordan Jumpman on them? I think that the people that are like that are people that are just wearing shoes to fit in, to be honest with you. And, you know, that's the reason why they only wear Nike and Jordan, and also the fact that they could always resell the shoe after. There's value, so they can wear the shoe, beat it up, and a lot of people will just sell their shoe and make their money back after. You can't do that with these other brands, really. You really can't, unfortunately. I mean, some of the shoes, sometimes they'll put out a release you may be able to, but with Nike and Jordan, there's always a resale market, even if it's worn. I mean, you could wear a pair of beat up, I mean, cooked Jordan 3s, throw them on eBay, someone will still buy them. Just what it is. But if you wear a cooked pair of Converse, a cooked pair of Filas, Reeboks, etc., no one's buying them shits. Retail or a little bit under what you paid or a little bit over what you paid, even with some Jordans or Nikes. So that's the reason why I think, in my opinion. Moving on. Justin_Todd88. Will there ever be a day when super hyped up Jordans don't sell out online within minutes? Justin Todd. Thanks, Delz. Love the show. The only way that's going to happen is if there's not hype, you know? Like, if you look at your question, you asked the day when super hyped up Jordans don't sell out. When that day comes where there's not super hyped Jordans, that's when Jordans won't sell out. Until that excitement thirst is gone, they're always going to fly off the shelves. So until that changes, it's going to be what it is, man. And thanks for checking out the show. I appreciate you, brother. Dante Martin wants to know, I know you said that you wanted to do a shoe collabo with a company. What company do you think suits you best in your taste of sneakers, and why? Honestly, any company that I've reviewed shoes for would suit my taste. If I wear them, then it would suit my taste, you know? Like, I could do a collab with Nike, I could do a collab with Reebok, I could do a collab with Adidas, I could do a collab with Fila, and it's legit because you guys see the passion I got for the shoes. I show it when I do my reviews. I'm literally buying the shoes with my own money. I literally know a lot about the models. Also, it's not like I'm just saying this is blue, this is green, there's a logo here, there's a logo there. When I'm in depth, when I'm really digging a model. So, you know, I can do that. I notice sometimes you'll see people like tastemakers, sometimes even they'll do collaborations with brands. You never see them wear the shoe. And it's like, why the hell are they doing a collaboration with the brand? They don't have no passion for the brand, you know? I want to do a collaboration with a sneaker brand that I have passion for, that I love. And there's a lot of different sneakers I love. Like, it's as simple as that. Like, last week in my podcast, I went really in and I was talking about music and how, you know, listening to different types of music, you get different feels, different grooves, different, you know, vibes. And I was using analogies, comparing it to other stuff. And, you know, what was crazy is I didn't compare it to actually sneakers. Like, that was the perfect analogy. Like, you throw a hot pair of Reeboks on, it's a different feel than if you're throwing a hot pair of Nikes on, or if you throw a hot pair of Filas on, or Adidas, or Jordans, or, you know, whatever brand, you know, there's different looks, different different vibes, you know what I mean? And that's what to me a real sneakerhead is someone that appreciates different kind of styles, you know what I mean? That rocks with different kind of styles, different lanes, not just one thing, you know, and one thing only. Then I consider you, if you like just Reebok, a Bach head, or if you're into just Nike, you're a Nike head, or if you're into Jordans, you're just a Jordan head. Like, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when you're a sneaker head, to me, a sneakerhead is someone that loves sneakers. Like, you'll see a pair of Chuck Taylors in a cool design and you'll wear them, which I do have Chuck Taylors. You know, I just love sneakers. Like, I'm a big fan of sneakers, different shapes, all different silhouettes, different colors, and all that good stuff. So, you know, if it's something that you've seen me in the past dig, then I'd like to do a collaboration with them. And keeping it moving, Ratchet Mike 28 has 3 questions, and then he laughed out loud while I'm laughing. It's all good, man. It's all good. I'd rather people participate than not participate. Then, you know, that wouldn't be much fun if I didn't have anything to, you know, ping pong back and forth with. So his first question is, have you heard about the Jordan 11 Doernbecher releasing? No, I've heard little here's and there's, but no facts. Do you think they are going to release the Lightning 4s? I would like them to, but who knows, you know? Who the hell knows with that? And what is your favorite Nike Doernbecher release? The Doernbecher 6, by far. Next question. Oh, man, I just missed it. Where is it? Okay. Zavalid. He asks, you ever sit back and think, damn, I got a whole lot of fucking shoes? I know I do. And then he got his laughing face. Yeah, I do, man. You know, when I first started doing YouTube videos and I started buying more shoes because I started running into more money and I was able to afford more shoes, when I would hit like 50 to 100 pairs, I looked and I was like, yo, I got a lot of shoes now. Like, I remember when I would have like 5 to 10 pairs, like always in rotation. When one gets a little dirty, get rid of it and replace it. But once I started just stacking and getting 50, then 100, then I was like sitting back like, yo, I got a lot of damn shoes, man. And then I stopped counting. Like, people ask me all the time, how many shoes you own? I got no damn clue, because I do not even count. You know, I don't. Because I'll buy 10 shoes one week, I'll buy no shoes the next week, I'll buy 2 shoes the next week, I'll buy 3 shoes the next. It's hard to keep up after a while when you're consistently doing this, like, for years upon years upon years. Moving on, Burke wants to know. Shout out to Burke. This isn't my friend Burke, but I had a friend named Burke. So just seeing that name Burke reminds me of my boy Burke from back in the days. Shout out to Burke from New York, which is not this dude that's asking the question. Do you think that the Air Mags will be a GR or another auction on eBay? I'm pretty sure it's going to be kind of like a general release. It won't be an eBay thing, I'm pretty sure. It's going to be very pricey, though. I heard it's going to be like $500 to $1,000 retail, somewhere around there. Next question. Anonymous_100 shots. Sup, Delz? It's Vincent again with another question. I see you take interest in a lot of different brands when it comes to sneakers. However, I would like to know your thoughts on Puma and their recent collaborations with Meek Mills. I have not seen any of them in person, and I want to see them in person. I really like Pumas, but I feel like I don't need a whole lot of different flavors, like different colors. I like the Puma Classic Suedes. I own a bunch of colorways, like, you know, 3 or 4 of them. But I don't, like, you know, own like a huge collection of Pumas. I feel like there's days where I'm in the mood to wear a pair of Pumas. And Puma Classic Suedes are just fire. I love them. Just like I love a pair of classic Vans. You know, if I'm in the mood to wear them, that's the wave that I'm in. You know, it's different lanes, as I always say. So, you know, I think they're probably dope in person. I heard the gold and silver ones are ridiculous in person, but I haven't seen them in person. The black ones with the red, those look dope too. Gotta see them in person though, but I like them. Definitely nothing negative to say like they're whack or trash. I like Puma. I would do a collaboration with Puma if I could. Puma's dope, and Puma is hip-hop too, you know? For real. Let's keep it moving. Squad 28 wants to know my thoughts on bots. Add to cart services and using a bot to cop and not to resell. you know, if you got the shoe and you're just getting it for your own self, I don't have a problem with however you get it, as long as you're not hurting someone. As long as you're not sticking them up or threatening to beat them up or shoot them or stab them. I don't have a problem with that. But if you're going to use bots and all this technology just to make money off other sneakerheads, then I think you're a dick. Like, that's my opinion. But if you're just doing it for yourself, you know, it sucks for people like me who don't use those kind of things. But, you know, you gotta step it up and get up with technology. I just don't like when people are reselling, when they're using all this technology, the bots, and I don't even know the add to cart service thing. I'm not really knowledgeable about that, but all that stuff, if you're using all that stuff to make money off me and sneakerheads like myself, then I think that's whack. Moving on. Fad, I hope I'm saying your name right. I think I am. If I'm not, I apologize in advance. How many Nike IDs do you have? That's a good question. I would say probably about 15 to 20, maybe even 30. Yeah, it's that many. And I should do a video showing all of them. I did one, but I want to redo it because I'm way better at filming now than before. I think so. And I think my quality has stepped up a lot more than before. Let's keep it moving with Al_Brain. Oh, Brandon. He put his name. Brandon from Big Island, Hawaii. What's up? I love when I hear people from a little way, man. That's dope. I get happy when I hear that, man. For real. I'm like, oh, that's what's up. What do you think about the 13 lows? Love them. Love them. Definitely love them. Next, we got Simba. He wants to know, when will the Flightposite 3 ever release? Because last time they came out was in 2001. And what would the price range be? Probably around $200, I would say. And, you know, I'm sure eventually you'll see every sneaker that you want from back in the days. They'll come back out eventually. You just gotta, you know, just wait. They'll come back. And we're going to end the podcast right there. As far as the releases for the weekend, we got that Georgetown Yankee Low that's releasing. I think that it's a nice shoe. I just wish that the gray was a little darker. I did a full detailed review. Make sure to check that out. I think as it gets older, it's going to look hotter because the gray is going to get darker. So, you know, at first I was like, a little disappointed. But you know what? As it gets older, it's going to get that right shade. It's going to start darkening and it's going to look hotter. There's a bunch of other stuff releasing in the morning. Go to my blog around 9 a.m. I'll have tons of information to help you out. And then around 9:50, go back there. And also make sure to follow my Twitter over at The Sneak Addict. Guys, I try to do as much as I can to help you guys out. I hate hearing when people ask me, yo, you could help us out once in a while. Because I feel like I really go out of my way. And I don't do it for recognition. I do it just to thank you guys for checking me out. You know, I don't want you guys to get it twisted. Like, you know, I'm not looking for recognition, as I said before earlier. I'm not looking for the we are not worthy, we're not worthy. I'm not looking for all that Wayne's World shit. I'm just saying, check out my Twitter, check out my blog, because it's there to help you guys out, man. And I'm trying to do the best I can to help you guys out. I appreciate everyone that checks in all the time. Catch up on all the reviews. I've done a ton of reviews, a ton of them. I don't even remember what I reviewed. I mean, it's like a lot of reviews. Look in the description box below, please, right now. Today is National Sibling Day. So I had my kids review the Lola Bunny Jordan 1s. Pretty cute video, man. Just check it out, you know, and you get to see my little kids. They're really young. One of them's, you know, can't even fully speak yet. It's really cute. You should check it out, man. If you're a huge fan of me, check out their review. Well, it's not a review. It's an unboxing / on foot look. It's fun, man. You should check that out if you're really a diehard fan of your boy Delz. I'll put that in the description box below. Also, shout out to Soul Collector for showing me love, man. Yo, Soul Collector to me is like, you know, like when I'm on Soul Collector, it's like such an honor. It's like when I used to get into the Source magazine for my work, I used to be like so excited and just so honored to be in that magazine back in the days. And that's the feeling I get when I get on Soul Collector. And they put my video up from when I ran into Jake the Snake Roberts and had him sign my snakeskin Jordan 11s. If you haven't seen that video, you gotta watch it. Just look in the description box below and check out that video. It's a lot of fun, man. You see me and him interact. It's pretty hilarious. And make sure to subscribe to my other channel for the extended version, and you see a little more with me and Jake the Snake Roberts kicking it. He shows off his Hall of Fame ring and whatnot for people that are fans of WWE. I got a lot of WWE material over at the other channel too, besides sneakers and comedy and hip-hop videos. I have a lot of different stuff over at the Delz Show, so make sure to check out my other channel, the Delz Show. I will put that in the description box below. Also, thank you everyone for your support. If I, by any means, offended anyone during today's podcast, I apologize. It's just off the top. I don't mean to ever offend people, and I never have a script here. But, you know, if I ever offend anyone, I apologize in advance. I'm not doing these podcasts to ever offend people. This is for entertainment, and that's really what it is, man, at the end of the day. For fun and entertainment. Everyone have a great weekend. Be safe out there. Don't drink and drive. And with that said, we out.
All the legends, yeah! Oh, yeah! We got all the bottles. We got all the models. Got me feeling like, oh, yeah! We want all the money. We want all the moolah. I love my shootouts. Oh, yeah! Popping champagne.
Off the top rope, Randy Savage elbow, but in this case, hit you with the bell like Ricky Steamboat. Ultimate maniacs like Warrior and Papo. Delz worldwide from Tokyo to the Apollo. Y'all follow. We leaders leading the way. Block us, stop you out, take what you got, even your bag. Okay, I reloaded, more shots than money made. Legends never die, living forever. Hit the replay.
We got all the bottles.